Well, we've listened to your feedback and have launched a brand new category for Drive Car of the Year 2023. This is the best medium-sized hybrid SUV, and they come in one of two flavours. We have closed-loop hybrids like the Toyota RAV4 and the Haval H6, but then full plug-in hybrids like the Mitsubishi Outlander and the Ford Escape. Which one best answers the brief? Well, let's find out.
Drive Car of the Year occurs annually and comes after testing hundreds of cars during that year. What we do is we get them all together to see which one is best in show. Our editorially independent team tests these cars inside and out, on the road, and safely in a dynamic environment. For the best medium hybrid SUV category, our judges focused on value for money, internal packaging size, and how frugal each car was in both urban and fast-flowing rural conditions.
Well, looking at our finalists for Drive Car of the Year Best Medium Hybrid SUV, I'm joined by Sam, who's one of the lead judges. First cab off the rank, Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. A lot to like for family buyers.
Absolutely, there's a lot to like because it's a big car. You can have this as a 5+2 as you want, but I think space is such an important thing for a family car. But this plug-in hybrid does come at a bit of a cost, so you do need to crunch the numbers in that regard.
The Mitsubishi Outlander impressed our judges across all disciplines. Out on a country road, it was a treat to drive and quite confidence-inspiring, with soft suspension that soaked up bumps and potholes. With the battery fully charged, you'll see fantastic fuel economy and genuinely achieve that all-electric range of around 80 kilometres. The Mitsubishi Outlander offers the best of both worlds as a family car. It's a 5+2 or a compact 7-seater that will certainly help you during the school run.
Well, this car really does need no introduction. It is the hardest car to buy in Australia. Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, the benchmark family hybrid, Sam.
Absolutely, and you get reminded why this is such a good option. It's cheap to run, cheap to service, so easy to live with, but it's amazing how quickly things start to feel a little bit dated. There are some things inside where it just starts to feel its age a little bit.
Although a proven and known package, the Toyota RAV4 is starting to feel a little bit long in the tooth. There are two other cars in this same class that go one step further as a plug-in hybrid, and the Toyota RAV4's interior design is simply old-fashioned. It is a spacious car, however, and also one of the more affordable ones in the lower grade trim. The suspension is excellent too, offering great composure through swerve and avoid test scenarios, yet was still comfortable out on our rural testing loop. There's a reason we've awarded this car a gong in the past. However, it is beginning to show some ever so slight wrinkles.
Well, the second of our closed-loop hybrids, Sam, another newcomer, the Haval H6 Hybrid. Effortless again. How did this one perform?
Absolutely. It's not only the RAV4 anymore. This has a lot to like about it. Good value. There's a lot of good features as well, but it's lacking a bit in refinement and it's also not as efficient as others in this comparison.
The Haval H6 is a value for money leader in this set. It's filled to the brim with smart technology and fancy features, but those gimmicks and trinkets are not enough to impress our judges. It finished third place in terms of dynamic testing, and its on-road refinement was lacking when compared to cars from more established players. The judges praised its spacious cabin, however, and also reckoned it looks pretty good considering the price tag.
Well, last but not least, the Ford Escape plug-in hybrid, and in fact the only electrified Ford that you can currently buy. This one flies a little bit under the radar. How's it performed?
A little bit of a dark horse, and it doesn't get much recognition, and there is a lot to like about this car. It does have a genuine electric range and it drives fairly nicely, but it doesn't have some of the features of the other cars, and for me it's not as spacious as the others as well, and that's a really important thing.
Being a plug-in hybrid means the Ford Escape scores marks for versatility. It looks great too, with the sporty ST line treatment easily making it the most performance-orientated and showy of the lot. However, its sporty intentions mean it rides a little too firm and the interior presentation is not at the level of the price tag. Another annoying thing is that it costs around $15,000 more than the already good petrol version of the Ford Escape, which almost negates the reason to step up to the plug-in hybrid. In terms of braking distance from 100 km to 0, the Ford Escape stopped the quickest with a respectable distance of 36.5 metres. For reference, a hot hatch is generally in the 35 metre range. Next up were the Toyota RAV4 and Mitsubishi Outlander pair at 38.1 and 39.7 metres respectively, with the Haval H6 coming last at 40.1 metres. Going the other way and accelerating from 0 to 100 km an hour, the Mitsubishi Outlander was the fastest at 7.1 seconds. The Toyota RAV4 managed to sprint in 8.3 seconds, Haval H6 in 8.4, and the Ford Escape in 8.8.
A brand new category with 4 great finalists. But for 2023, the inaugural winner of the Drive Car of the Year Best Medium-Sized Hybrid SUV is
the Mitsubishi Outlander. It was a close race to the end, with the Mitsubishi Outlander taking the victory with an overall score of 4.33 out of 5, which was closely followed by the Toyota RAV4 with a score of 4.17. Third place was handed to the Ford Escape, with last place going to the Haval H6 Hybrid. In terms of the best Mitsubishi Outlander to purchase, we recommend the mid-tier Aspire model in terms of bang for your buck. As a petrol car, the Mitsubishi Outlander is the ideal all-rounder, but it certainly blossoms to become something even more relevant with a plug-in hybrid driveline. Its electric-only range will keep you away from the fuel bowser during the school week, but its long-range efficiency will reward you on the longer term. The option of 2 extra seats is a great bonus for young families with kids in school, or for those who simply live multi-generationally with their grandparents at home in the same house. It's versatile, great to drive, and most importantly, an affordable option for a dual energy vehicle in 2023. It gets 2 thumbs up from us here at Drive.
The winner of the best hybrid medium SUV, the Mitsubishi Outlander, stood out for me personally because of its excellent fuel economy and its spaciousness. You can option it with a 3rd row of seats, and for many people, that's a practical inclusion that some of its rivals simply don't offer in this segment.
Well, one of the areas where the Outlander has impressed the judges the most is the cabin layout. Now, this is a very ergonomically designed cabin. You've got great storage options, but perhaps the biggest call out is the high quality materials and the fit and finish. Especially as you move up through the range, it genuinely feels like a premium car. Another area where the Outlander PHEV stood out from its competitors, and the Outlander does as a platform as a whole, is that you can get this with a 5+2 7-seat layout. Now, bear in mind, I can't fit back there, but if you do have surprise visitors on the end of a school pickup, it does make it a practical alternative to have. While here though, this 2nd row, it's comfortable, there's reasonable legroom, there's actually pretty good headroom, particularly in a car without the sunroof. Well, the practicality of the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV extends to the boot. You've got 478 litres of storage here. It expands to almost 1,500 litres of storage when you fold the middle row. Now, being the plug-in hybrid, there is a battery pack under the floor, so there is no spare wheel storage, but you do have storage for your leads here, as well as a tyre inflator if you do happen to get a flat out on the road. But perhaps the most important thing here, and probably the biggest benefit of it being the plug-in hybrid, there is a 1500 watt main style outlet back here, which means you can run basically anything from wherever you are. So if you are going camping with the kids and need to make an espresso, you can even plug in the coffee machine. Let's go for a drive. Now, obviously, the key benefit of driving a plug-in hybrid is that you can drive on full electric power. And think about it this way, if you travel 20 kilometres to work and 20 kilometres home, you can do that without using a drop of petrol and still have battery in reserve. So that's where a PHEV makes a lot of sense. Handling the petrol side of things is a 2.4 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine here, but obviously combined with the electric motors, it means that the Outlander can actually draw more than what the petrol power is, and you get really impressive performance out of this thing. Now, when cruising, the range will deplete the battery usually first, but you can switch through drive modes to make the car charge as you drive along, or to conserve battery power for when you come back down. What it means though is you do then rely on the economy of that petrol engine. And like for like, you'll generally even things out, but when being able to use this car with the battery power in reserve, that you start to get 1 to 2 litre per 100 kilometre usage, which makes this around town a really impressive platform. So if you are shopping for an electric vehicle but know that you do need to do the occasional longer drive, so you're not really sure if a full EV is going to suit, a plug-in hybrid really is the best of both worlds at the moment, and it's definitely worth looking at if you are considering a car like this. The electric drivetrain aside, the Outlander is a lovely car to tour in. Visibility is great, it's light enough to steer, it really is a great country tourer. And that's why, for our inaugural year of running the best medium-sized SUV with a hybrid drivetrain for Drive Car of the Year, the Outlander really does not only step out from the pack, but it basically gives you the ability to look to the future as well.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit Drive.com.au to discover more results from this year's Drive Car of the Year 2023.